Extracurricular activities probably aren't going to resume. It seems that we're getting that indication from a lot of union leaders, and that means teachers are going to be encouraged to not do anything extra. And that is having a big impact on a lot of different things, including something that has become very big. And that is something called Count Me In. Shane Feldman is 17 years old. He's the founder and executive director of Count Me In, which is known as the largest youth-run empowerment event in Canada promoting volunteerism. It happens in Toronto. We have people from this area who go to it. And joining us right now is Shane Feldman himself. Shane, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I am excellent. Before we even get into the teacher's situation, how did you get Count Me In going? How did it become this big?
Well, it was actually all kind of started accidentally. Back when I was 13, when I started high school, I was starting school at a brand new community. I just moved, so to make new friends, I started getting involved, and the more I got involved, the more I kind of realized how few students at my own school were taking that step, just get involved in clubs and councils. So I proposed this school assembly to my principal, and he was really supportive of it. And then as we were planning, other teachers at other schools started to hear about it, and they wanted to come, and then it just started growing from there. And now here we are about 4 years later, and it's now just been recognized as the largest youth-run event in the country.
Well, you have 1,500 students who attend. This year, though, is a challenging year. Tell us...
A little bit, yeah.
Well, tell us how the teacher's role normally takes place in this particular conference.
Sure. Well, being a field trip, it's April 17th, which is a Wednesday, so the only way students can come is if their teacher registers their class or their club or their council. And without extracurriculars right off the bat, we don't have those typical clubs and councils that would usually be signing up, so we're left just with the classes. And the only way teachers can attend this event from a public school or a public high school is if their principal approves it, their union approves it. Because we're co-curricular, there is the possibility of them attending, but it's so difficult for students to convince teachers right now with all of this job action going on to come. And we've had countless calls from high school students from across the province just over the past couple of days, too. Even though it's the holidays, we're getting calls saying they're trying to get their teachers on board, and they don't know why they're saying no, and teachers are giving them mixed messages. And it's all very confusing, especially from the student's perspective.
Shane Feldman joining us. He is the founder and executive director of Count Me In. It's the largest youth-run empowerment event in Canada, promoting volunteerism. 1,500 students attend this conference, but this year it's going to be a little bit tougher. Shane, let's just get your thoughts from a student perspective right now. You get to talk with a lot of other students. What are you guys saying about the situation that the teachers and the government are in right now?
The bottom line that we're really kind of across the board on the same page about is that students have really been thrown in the middle, and it's unfortunate that because of the bill, teachers have really been left with no other option than to put students in the middle. And I'm not anti-government, I'm not anti-teachers, I'm really just pro-student. And across the board, you can see that the student voice is kind of being lost, and student power is being lost in all of this. And it's deeply unfortunate that an event like this is now possibly not going to be possible for many students who would love it, who would need to who call it the highlight of their school year.
Finally, we've heard that Bill 115 would be repealed. If it is, do you think that changes anything?
Truth be told, I don't really think that changes anything, because we've gotten to where we are. Extracurriculars are already off the table. We haven't heard when or if they're coming back, and I really think that the government and unions do still need to come together and come up with some sort of solution that doesn't just say it's going to put students first, but really does do that.
Shane, we have about 30 seconds. How much are you and your fellow students missing extracurriculars?
We're missing it a lot. I haven't heard from one student who is happy with the situation. So, I mean, just looking at that alone, I mean, students' extracurriculars are what get students through school, get so many students through that day. And just having the academics right now is extremely challenging, especially for at-risk students who really depend on those clubs to kind of stay engaged, stay involved, and stay in school.
Shane, one day you'll probably be running this country. We'll be looking forward to how you handle these situations. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you very much. Have a great day and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. That's Shane Feldman, founder and executive director of something called Count Me In. Google it. It's 8:30. News is next. This is Newstalk 1290 CJBK.